Good day, student. Welcome to our study session of today. As you all know, my name is Mr. AUTA Elijah ANOKUN, the course lecturer of Part 213 of Relational Conflicts and Management. In our today's lecture, we shall be considering study session 5, which is on models of conflicts. Models of conflicts. And the session has some learning outcome for your consideration. And the learning outcome is 1. You should be able to identify and discuss the 2 models of conflict management. Yes, conflict has some models, has some theories or approaches that we need to look at. So it's expected that at the end of this session, you should be able to have an understanding of the various models that are there in conflicts management. By way of introduction, the models of conflict help us to understand the process and factors involved in conflict episode. Researchers on conflict highlight 2 models, the process model and the structural model. Well, simply, the models are like formulas, like rules of game. That's the various formula you design to guide an operations, to guide a particular episode, to guide a particular event, or any phenomena that you think you want to embark on. Models are more really like theory you designed to actually explain events that want to happen or that has happened, or whichever way you look at it. So conflict has so many models, but specifically for the sake of this study session, we have 2 of those models, which is process model and the structural model. Now, the first models to look at is process model. A process model views conflict between 2 or more parties in terms of the internal dynamics of conflict episode. Now, what process model means that the processes can always or will always be more than one, because we are looking at procedures. We're talking about process, we're talking about procedures, we're talking about rules and regulation. We're talking about the various strata or pyramid that will enable you to get to somewhere. So they are always of different weight, and it can happen as a result of internal changes that may occur sometimes. One is frustration. Frustration is one of the aspects of process model. Why is this so? Because this usually arises when one party perceives the other party as interfering with the satisfaction of his or her own needs or one of them. Frustration sometimes can come through us when the particular party begin to feel that the other party is trying to intrude, trying to interfere with the needs or whatever glory he or she may want to actually achieve. So as a result of that, there are so many frustrations, there are so many reasons that can actually warrant one to begin to think along that line. So what we are saying that it does not just happen. Process model, what is saying that under the frustration point is that there's no how one can actually just against the other party. There are certain things that may have pushed him or her into doing that, and that's what we call sometimes transfer of aggressions. Because the person has been frustrated for a particular reason beyond his or her own psychology or her own strength. Begin to look at it as if the other party is trying to take over what belongs to you. So that's what that simply means. Then the next issue is that conceptualization. This stage focuses on the way each party understands and perceives the situation. The parties involved define the conflict situation and the silent alternative, which in turn affect the behavior of the other party. Our own thoughts will always not be the same. Our concept, by concept we are trying to look at the way a man and you view you view things, how you look at things, your understanding, your comprehensions, how you feel, you perceive certain situations. It could actually leads to affecting the behavior of the party that is involved. Because if, for example, it's expected that maybe you are about to go a particular course with somebody and you feel the person is not trying to understand what you are trying to do, it can cause conflict. So then the next thing, behavior. The behavior. Behaviors are reactions caused as a result of external or internal stimulation. Here one can observe the actions that result from the perceptions of conflict that influences the behavior of each party. It's very important. So our perceptions sometimes it could affect our thinking towards so many things. So these are the key issues, models of conflict that we have. Thank you. See you in our next class.